the 20s. Started raining. What's that day? Where are they?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my side for another edition of At Home with the Stadium Announcement for Watsonians versus Boroughmuir in the Premiership. I'll give you team news as soon as you get it.
Did you watch any of the sevens last week?
Now, hello and welcome to Myerside. It's just started raining here, joined by Alan Nash and Dave Reekie.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon, chaps.
Afternoon.
Finally got someone who isn't a Watsonian on the show, which is great.
This could get heavy.
Yeah, I was going to say it's been a bit biased recently, I think.
Nashy was painted with maroon, but I think you're actually quite impartial, Nashy, which is good.
Try to be, but I can't help celebrating when Watsonians score. But no, hopefully this is a good game this afternoon. I think both teams with strong squads, both teams got points to prove being Super 6 franchises next season. couple of standouts in the Watsonians team. Josh Rowland's been playing really well so far this season, and youngster Loman McPherson on the wing. Up front we've got Ross Graham, moved from hooker to the back row, and the return of Jamie Hodgson in the second row from Edinburgh Rugby. He's had a great couple of weeks with Edinburgh Rugby, I think, for himself, for his own confidence, but what Richard Cockle's done there, bringing in some young guys, and Hunter Hill as well in the Edinburgh second row, has shown great strength and depth at Edinburgh. But to have him back for this game today, it's quite exciting. Yeah, similar from Boroughmuir, I think, quite settled I think over the last couple of weeks. Back three looks quite exciting. Excited to see Craig Gossman at 15. Also Jordan Edmonds at 13 as well, not actually a winger. Big powerhouse player, so good to see him at 13. In terms of the forwards, I'm not massively familiar with the second rows, but Sinatiki Naelo, easy to say, Edinburgh pro. He looks like a big ball carrier, so it'll be interesting to see him. Yeah. And obviously Johnny Matthews, captain, pretty fire player. So yeah, looking forward to it. As you said, should be a good game. Rory Drummond obviously on the bench for Boroughmuir. He was at Watsonians last season, so I'm sure he'll want to get on, have a go at his old teammates. Yeah, that'll be good to see when he gets a chance. But also even the coaching staff. Boroughmuir, we're so close to Boroughmuir here at Marside. The coaching staff have a big point to prove. They want to get one over on each other, as any Edinburgh derby is the way. Yeah, definitely. It should be a big game. It should be a big derby between these two clubs. I think it has been over the past years, and just trying to get that back now is a big fixture. Especially now, as you said, them both being Super 6 franchises going forward, and that'll be continuing. That's it. Boroughmuir out now. Watsonians now going through the tunnel. And Watson's with a huge win behind their backs as well. Yeah, big advantage in this first half. Wind's just picking up here. Good to see Rory Hunton starting outside centre today for Watsonians. He's been carrying a bit of a niggle. Hopefully he's worked that off. You can see the thighs strapped up, but playmaker at outside centre. I think against Jordan Edmonds, he'll be quite a good battle. A lot of pace there. Yeah, definitely. Hunton's such an exciting player as well when he's going forward, so it'll be good to watch.
Here we are. Kick off Boroughmuir into that wind that Ricky mentioned.
So the 120 people at the Watsonians lunch today, and it looks like they're probably still in there trying to get out the bar.
Struggling to get across the road.
So here we go. Straight into it, taken by Rory Hutton.
Yeah, no cover back from rear here. The kick could be interesting.
Canny has seen that now. Murray Scott at the base. Box kick. Running it back.
High tackle there, I think.
Slightly high, quick penalty, advantage to Boroughmuir here. And he's gone quickly from the base. Watsonians, are they 10? Yeah. No, another penalty.
Advantage, so good start for Muir here.
Could be a yellow. He's not going to go to the pocket that quick.
Maybe just a warning this time.
Yeah. I mean, the first tackle is a high tackle.
It was a nice clothesline.
Yeah, good start for Boroughmuir, getting themselves right up. Get the forwards testing Watson's forwards pretty early. Exactly what you want. Thanks, Dan Winning. Cheers.
They're never going to be positive on this.
No, it's okay. I've seen Dan Winning, so don't worry about that.
Line out, Boroughmuir, just inside the 22.
Jamie Hodgson, Craig Borthwick in the second row. Let's see if Watsonians compete. It's quite an established second row we've got, so they'll be wanting to put a lot of pressure on this line out.
Yeah, Boroughmuir not the biggest of packs and quite lightweight, but look quite athletic, so he's right to tail.
Carry to the back. Accidental collision. Scrum Watsonians.
Watsonians will take that. Slow the pace of Boroughmuir down.
Got a couple of people, some regulars watching. David Dodds. He will be sunning himself in Saudi. Christine Fraser.
Quite interesting to see Boroughmuir starting with their winger defending at 10. They've put their 10, who wasn't originally in the team sheet, Robin, the Dutch import. They put him back to the wing. Obviously one to watch there for defence going forward for the rest of the game.
Never really a confidence booster, that, is it?
No.
But well, let's see how he plays out. if Watsonians do clear the lines, having the 10 there to play the ball back into a long pass into midfield could be a good attacking option. So we'll see. In that winger coming straight up at 10, the pace he'll have to put pressure on either the 9 at the box or the 10 clearing.
Yeah, solid scrum.
Fido picks and goes.
Fido, good break.
Yeah.
Made the gain line. Murray Scott to Lee Miller.
There's a big kick and he's gone down. Straight
Yeah,
down
well
throw
covered.
the fullback, well played.
Interesting chip.
Bit of
Taken by Hutton. Murray Scott trying to get some sense back into this. It's been quite messy. Hodgson. Scott to the front row. Stanley.
good strong defence.
Yeah, very good.
Well organised.
Floated past to Miller.
Strong carry.
Yeah, got it standing still, which is never good. Scott goes in behind. Miller kicks.
That's a good kick.
Great kick.
That's a really good kick from Miller there.
Turned the winger.
Yeah. I think benefits of having a 10 that's played a bit of pro rugby in the past. I think he's some player.
Yeah, definitely.
Boroughmuir's turn to put in a strong line out, get out of their 22 without conceding any points or penalties.
Yeah, exit strategy. Got Ross Graham at first receiver in the back line. Here comes Fido as well.
Leslie Miller, hello from South Africa.
Ah, fantastic.
Is that the lady that came up and
It
said
was,
hi
yeah.
to us last time?
It was indeed.
Hello, thanks for doing that when you were over here.
Yeah, lovely compliment.
Boroughmuir will be pleased with that.
Yeah, relieve some pressure early. That was a good line out to fight the penalty.
Very easy to clear the pressure now from Canny. And clears the gate. Unlucky ball boy. Line out Boroughmuir. Didn't actually go that far, that penalty.
No, I think the wind is much stronger than it looks on the video in here. A lot of the game is going to be played down this area, I think, with Lee Miller's boot.
Yeah. Good analysis, Ricky.
Thanks, Steve.
Oh, it's scrappy. Borthwick's trying to wrap. Captain of Muir. Chanter shouting blue, whatever that means. Josh Rowlands under it. No, sorry, Andrew Chalmers.
Yeah, good challenge.
Yeah, well competed. Boroughmuir, if they can move it.
Very quick ball here. The Dutchman.
Yeah, good option.
Yeah, very good option in. Rowland picks. Outside is 22.
Got to get everyone on side now.
Yeah, a bit of a 2-on-1 here.
Good strong running. Watsonians just trying to hold him up. Boroughmuir's wrestled to the ground though, he's done quite well.
Got his knee down. Tackle complete. Keddy.
Yeah, option the blind side here.
Yeah, there's a good amount of numbers here with the pro on a switch. Nilo. In behind.
Oh,
Yeah, unlucky. I think having Tom Wilson at 9 for Boroughmuir will make a difference. They've lacked a bit of a consistent 9 over the start of the season, so he's been injured, so having back will make a bit of a difference.
Right.
I always like that when there's a wee drop or knock on and you pretend you're trying to kick it. try to chip it through.
It never works. DJ Ennis to Hutton.
Hands
Injury.
here, all good.
Space.
Loman McPherson. Sit down, take some of that. Richard Snedden not happy.
Josh Rowland didn't give him an option really, he just ran slowly on his outside.
Yeah, good hit there.
Yeah. I think actually Loman McPherson probably should have got that earlier. Turn on the afterburners.
Regardless, he wasn't going to ride that tackle. It was a great hit from the Boroughmuir 6.
Yeah, absolutely. Got Forbes Connor.
So I think he's sober at the moment.
Well, makes a change.
He's not hurling abuse at us just now.
Scrum down. Tom Wilson.
Another penalty. That's what everyone seems to do now if you win a penalty, just start clapping, hitting each other.
Davy Henry, not even any idea who those people are, mate.
They're footballers.
Thanks, Steve.
Unbelievable.
Well done, Steve. Tempted the wee banana kick there.
Yeah, it's made a bit more ground this time.
Was it Carlos Spencer that first created that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Bit of bend on the ball.
A little bit of flair. Johnny Matthews to throw in from Muir.
Yeah,
Off the top. Tom Wilson delivers to the pro Nailo.
Boroughmuir flushing round to the right.
Seems to be a tactic of theirs.
Yeah. Yeah, well defended.
No one really giving him an option there. Wilson to Keddy.
Sticking with the right side, we've got a lot of attack. Sonians just got to keep their heads up.
Wilson going right here to Canny.
Another drop ball.
Again, another drop
Bundles
ball.
on.
It's not ideal. Cold hands, slippy ball.
Yeah, nothing worse.
Yeah, there was no pretending that was a kick, was it? That was.
No, that was just crap.
That was, yeah.
That was a
That was unfortunate.
pure fumble. Now let's see if we can get a proper scrum here. Watsonians. I'm sure Boroughmuir will. Well, actually, with the wind, they might not take the points on, but front row, Watsonians, Greg Jackson, Fraser Rennick, Jack Stanley, competing against Ross Dunbar, Johnny Matthews, and Ryan Montgomery. So far, it's about 2-0 to Muir in the scrum department. Murray Scott feeds, stable scrum.
Bit of pressure though.
Yeah, good pressure, Wilson.
Fido's done well to stay on his feet there, just let the other back row get up.
And help him out.
Staying on the blind side, Borthwick with a big
Another good tackle.
bosh.
Borthwick taken down by the pro.
Another good hit, but
Really good defence.
he rode that well. Sonians hitting that very hard just to keep the ball.
Yeah.
But you're competing well.
Oh, giving it a move here.
Miller to Hutton. Rolling kicks.
Safe hand.
Yeah, very well picked up. Hutton infield to Miller. Keeps it going to Innes.
Oh, that's a tricky one.
Bounce pass.
Much you
So
can
he's
do
gone
there.
backwards though.
The refs. Oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah, pretty.
Bounced off both his knees and everything.
Huge tackle
Well,
again.
good to tackle, yeah. Niall's the man to avoid, I think, if you got the ball.
Absolutely. Army veteran.
He's just going to end up.
Canny's under it.
Yeah, good run from Parker there.
As well to stay in field.
Hutton's trying to be a bit of a nuisance at the ruck there. Maybe a bit
Another knock
unnecessary.
on. Watch out.
Move it.
Tried to, couldn't get it out. Murray Scott to Hodgson.
Keep it moving. The Victorians have got numbers there if they could get the ball away. Turn it back inside.
Borthwick in behind to DJ Innes. Rowan McPherson.
Strong defence.
Might be in trouble here. Ball pops out. Referee penalty at Sonian. So is that handling on the or not letting go of the tackle player?
Bit of both, I think.
Yeah, I think hands on the floor, I think.
Sonians just want to calm this down, trying to get the ball into 22.
Yeah. I think it was about 5 or 6 phases, just left and right, not making any real ground.
Yeah. Unfortunate penalty, Boroughmuir seemed to have the covered as well, so
Yeah.
a silly one.
Absolutely.
Having a shot at goal?
Yeah, with the wind behind.
This will be an absolute beast of a kick.
Yeah.
Just needs to go roughly on target and the wind will do the rest, hopefully.
Good on him.
Chunter wearing his shorts still.
Of course he is.
Man.
Got his boots on though. You know he's ready for it.
Always ready.
Match strip under his jumper just in case.
Oh, that guy's injured. No worries, here I am.
He'd play in the front row if he had to.
Oh, absolutely. The 5 capper.
Right, let's see how this goes. Always keen on the chase here, because if this goes short, any kind of knock on, Watsonians wingers chasing the penalty. You know, you've seen these tries happen.
Crowd falls silent as Miller analyses it.
Struck it well.
He has.
He's made
Yeah,
it.
very good. Yeah, great kick from there.
Really strong kick from Miller there.
Boom! What a kick that was.
Yeah.
3-0.
Watsonians 3, Boroughmuir 0.
Bitterly cold here at Marside today.
Absolutely.
Even
Real
at the back of the stand here, it's a wee swirling wind. Everyone wrapped up.
kick off from Canny.
Interesting with the wind. Not going to make it.
Did it get 10 or is it going back for. It did. No,
Yeah, scrum-
linesman's
scrum
calling
Watsons.
it,
Yeah.
but ref's calling a scrum.
Running that risk going short off with the wind behind as well.
Yeah.
Bit of a risky one.
Absolutely. Just get it downfield. Make
Yeah.
sure.
It's always that thing when you concede points.
Yeah,
and
don't make
all
a
you
mistake.
wanted, yeah, don't make the first mistake. Get the points yourself, and then you try to do something a wee bit different that the rest of the team maybe isn't expecting.
Yeah.
Plus, think of those front row have just run all the way from those posts back up now to have another scrum.
Yeah.
So let's see what Watsonians are split back division. You got pace to burn.
Either side actually. Got Andrew Chalmers back out of retirement for the club, which is great. Won his 100th cap just the other day. He lines up in the right wing. Murray Scott is now feeding the scrum. Roughly straight. Fido at the base.
Yeah, it's a good scrum, Watson.
I want to use it though.
Okay. I think Miller with that kick as well, he's kind of set the mark for penalties.
Yeah.
Anything
Yeah.
within that kind of area.
Inside the Boroughmuir half. I think if I was on the field here, if a ball at the base like that, I'd be wanting to pick and run it rather than trying to force a penalty here. You know, you've got talent both sides of the scrum. It could be 2 or 3 scrums before you actually get awarded the penalty. Is it worth it? Unsure.
Probably just feeling each other out as well at this time in the game, just trying to get a bit of dominance going in that area.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's covered, but I'd like to see one of the receivers, either Miller or Chalmers, just put this ball in behind Boroughmuir, turn them again, put the pressure back on.
Yep.
But penalty Boroughmuir, so won't get that chance.
You were right. They
Yeah.
had the ball at the back there. They were trying to win it. Maybe they should have got it. It's easy to say it now, but
In retrospect, absolutely, but
if you've got ball at the back, you've got a split back line. Have a go.
definitely. Now it's the winger going for touch this time. Gavin Parker.
Yeah, stronger clearance.
Yeah, a much bigger kick there. It will now be a Boroughmuir line out just outside the Watsonians 22.
Clean off the top.
Very safe line out there.
Pass
Strong carry from Canny again.
to check his run though a wee bit.
Again, they're going back to the blind side. Looks like a bit of a tactic, kind of switching it up.
Yeah,
Good run there.
I think that's Keddy. No, it's not. He's first receiver now. Canny in the 10 position, men inside and out. Haven't seen much of Edmonds so far.
Quiet at 13. I suppose more of a winger, but I'd like to see him get his hands on the ball. Pretty scary runner when he gets it.
Definitely. Ball in behind to the winger.
Wrapped up by Hutton.
Hutton's over it and releases rather than give away a penalty. Wilson to Nalo.
Oh, head on head. Good lads.
Strong carry from Matthews.
Yeah, they're definitely running it, sort of flailing arms.
Yeah. Another knock on though. 3 or 4 times about the ball, he just made those little mistakes, but starting to put phases together, which is positive.
Peter Wright won't be happy with that.
No.
Is he ever though?
Very good point. I was putting a little bit of footage together for the archives, and there's a cracking scrap between Peter Wright when he was playing for West and a Watsonian, and it was just toe for toe, about 2 minutes of flailing arms. And he just pops up his head, and he's quite unmistakable when it's Peter Wright.
Not a card in sight. Just play on. On you go.
Referee's just sort of watching, saying, "Are you finished?"
The good old days, they say.
Yeah. Scrum Watsonians, just inside the 22. I think you'll see a number 8 pick. And then second phase, 10 clear. Or Scott's digging for it now. To Miller. Attempts to clear.
Oh! Again, they've not brought their hands this Saturday, have they?
No.
Is that 4 or 5 now?
Yeah, silly error there.
Rory Arthur, the unfortunate mistake there, tried to catch it and fumbled into touch.
Big gain for Watson's there, another 45 metres upfield.
Yeah, huge. Looks like a shortened line out with Fido and...
Yeah, so fortunately the winger was already in touch there.
Oh, right.
So we're not got a scrum. Good line
Off the
out,
top
that was pretty
from-
straight.
From Miller. Fido in behind.
Here, this is
Fine
Watsonians
play.
open play. Mix it up a bit. Stay infield. Good.
Robin McPherson does well there.
Great clear out. Fido smashed that.
Yeah.
Ross Graham makes the gain line. Murray Scott's going left here.
Rory Hutton,
Yeah.
bit of dancing, but good defence by Boroughmuir. Good clear out, but they've left the
Good
9
harrying from the 9.
exposed. Straight through the
Oh,
middle.
some missed tackles.
Great offload.
Try time here.
Try time. Fantastic bit of play there through the middle.
Yeah.
Just
Lee Miller with the break, was it, coming through?
And is that Josh Rowland under the post?
Good support from Roland.
Yeah, he just kind of ran back into traffic and no one seemed to tag him.
Off the cuff there, nothing planned. Yeah, bit of dancing feet, so Watsonians will be pretty happy with that. Twice they've now been in the Boroughmuir half, come away with points.
Yeah, I think on the flip side, you see Boroughmuir pretty disappointed. It was a standard clearance.
Yeah.
Could have let it go. Hand Watson's the line out, and a couple of phases later they've scored. So happy, but at the same time it's your own errors, so you know you can clear those up going forward.
Yeah. Jamie Hodgson having a little chat with the ref. Not sure what
I
about.
think he was asking, can he take the conversion?
Maybe a bit bold from the second row. As Miller nailed a 45-metre kick before, right in front of the post, easily done.
No
To
problem.
add on the extra 2. Rain coming down a little bit heavier here.
Boroughmuir will just be wanting points now, I think.
Watsonians from number 15, Josh Rowland. Converted by number 10, Lee Miller. Watsonians 10. Boroughmuir, no.
Let's see if Boroughmuir exit properly this restart.
Yeah, they've got to give themselves a chance here to get a bit of possession.
Yeah, they've looked pretty handy when they got their hands on the ball. It's just these errors so far. And again, a short kickoff.
Which hasn't worked.
Yeah.
They've obviously got a set move there, but
There must be some sort of thinking there, but I'd like to see it going a little bit longer.
yeah, definitely. Were you kicker during your days, Ricky?
I try to.
Attempted kicker.
Yeah.
What would you have done in that circumstance? Straight down to the 22?
I would have taken longer to come back from the try, having been blown out my arse, and then I would have kicked it long
Yeah.
and put my hands on my hips.
Never a truer word spoken.
No, my thinking would be kick it long.
Yeah.
Watson's going to clear, you're going to get the ball back in the line out, you can start again.
Ross Graham here, trying to run it up.
Well set for the box kick here.
Boroughmuir well set up actually. Murray Scott, Tom Wilson under it. A little bit of sevens running backwards.
Watsonians will be happy with that though. Maybe need to offload that ball, get the ball into a bit more space.
Yeah, contained him well.
Decent carry from CK there.
Watsonians with 3 players in the backfield, so a wee chip over isn't ideal. Kicking to the corners will be difficult. Quite a good setup in defence.
A lot of space there between that front line though and the fullback. Line looks like he's hobbling about a bit.
DGN is working behind the line of defence just to.
Now here's Edmonds now.
Cover.
Well tackled by Andy Chalmers. Seems to be an injury down there. Watsonians player.
Apart from the break and play for Watsonians and the try, there's been not much else to really get excited about. It's been a bit lackluster.
Yeah.
Both teams feeling each other out. Nobody really getting the breaks on the outside, but I suppose they've got to play the conditions. A bit wet underfoot, rain coming down, it's a bit miserable.
Yeah, completely agree, Nashi. And I think
Here you go, ex-Watsonian, Drummond straight back on.
oofed. Crowd goes wild.
Interesting to see who's replacing.
And why? It's only 23 minutes gone. Could be a head injury assessment or a blood.
No, it's Matt Walker, the 7 that's coming off.
Seems to be running fine.
Maybe a
Cut, is it maybe, or maybe just a tactical choice? I think you're probably losing a lot on the floor there from Matt Walker, but you're adding a bit of bulk with Drummond and Ayalo now in the back row. Two big ball carriers.
2 huge runners there, actually.
Yeah, it looks to be tactical.
I would be devastated to be taken off after 23 minutes. Not really had a chance to stamp your authority in the game. It looks like Craig Borthwick is down on the opposite side of the pitch here. Number 22 coming on. We don't have that number on our team sheet here, frustratingly.
Mystery man.
Mystery man.
It looks pretty serious. Chunter's got the medical bag out.
Yeah, get the sponge out, Chunts.
No, he's taking over the splint and all sorts of things, so
Doesn't look good.
I think that
Borthwick's okay.
the game plays on. With the replacement for Borthwick coming on, we'll try and work out who that is. First touch for Rooster.
It's a big carry again.
Does exactly what he promised. The Dutch 10 in behind.
Solid tackle. Could have fallen off that. He held on. DJ Ennis, as usual, put his body on the line.
Yeah. Johnny Matthews running around like a headless chicken at the back of the ruck. It's good straight running there from the 4. Big Will Ingalls. Oh, Drummond.
Yeah, impact already.
Yeah.
Coming on, 2 big carries.
Ross Graham and Rory Drummond having a little bit of afters.
There's Jordan Edmonds now.
Create a bit of space there.
It's better from Boroughmuir. This, a couple more phases.
Wilson goes left. Same way again, the pro, Nilo. Keddy.
Drummond in it. Oh, he
Backwards. Another
can't
generous call from the referee. Another backwards.
that bounce pass forward.
Oh, Drummond, he's got a point to prove, I think. Wilson to Matthews. Can he?
Strange decision there.
Yeah, agreed.
That was rubbish.
That was rubbish, I think. 5 good phases.
A lot of good play there. Drummond definitely making an impact, but then just a wee bit of rush of blood.
Yeah.
Kick was too much.
Unfortunately, it looks like a pretty serious injury on that far side.
Yeah, it'll take a lot to keep Craig Borthwick down. So,
We've got Scotty Qatar. Scotty saying hello from Qatar.
lovely, nice to see it.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah. Pip Fife asking for a B&M shout out. I'll see you boys later on tonight.
Is that the nickname for your uni pals?
Yeah, one of the many nicknames. Beansy, aka the beanbag. Apparently I've got no natural shape to me, which is lovely. Get you back for that later, lads. Cheers.
Definitely.
I'd like to see Boroughmuir going a bit more forward. I think when they come out to the backs, they seem to be kind of drifting side to side, and with those runners, or the size of runners in Canny and Edmonds, you'd think just a bit more going forward, put Hutton and DJ Ennis on their heels a little bit.
Absolutely. We've got a couple of players down at the moment. With the Edinburgh Pro, Nalo down.
Some result from Edinburgh last night against Newcastle, pretty convincing.
Keep turning it on, Edinburgh.
That was a strong team they put out.
Yeah,
I mean, you see Jamie Hodgson back for Watsonians today, but then he's got Grant Gilchrist, Ben Toulis in front of him. Scotland internationals, it's just strength and depth at Edinburgh. Same at Glasgow at the moment. Both teams doing well.
Has Hodgson been playing much for Edinburgh? Is he getting much game time?
Yeah, he's been doing fine. He's been doing okay. Where was it? They went over to Italy, and
there
was a young squad. They got a bit of a hiding. And I think these guys are going to learn a lot from that sort of environment.
It was during the autumn internationals, Ricky, just when a lot of the Edinburgh players got called up, Hodgson just slotted straight in, which I think is the reason behind Super 6, is so that there's a great opportunity for players who play in the Super 6 to be able to step up into the Pro.
Yeah, it can work. Guys dropping down into club teams, I think it's almost better when they play their full time at the club and then go up to the pros rather than the other way around. But
right, okay.
I think you get a lot more of them that way. But
so rather than 1 week at club and then 1 week at
yeah, I think it can be difficult, I suppose, for these pro players if they're playing or training, should I say, all the time, and then they come back to a club team to play on a Thursday night and a Saturday. It must be quite difficult.
Yeah, definitely.
Stonians here with a free ball. Here, Richard Snedden screaming it from the touchline.
Interesting chip over. Lots of space here.
Really well.
Oh, good
huge
there.
Tackle.
Oh, was that forward?
Referee's playing on. Hutton, a bit of space. Tackled well.
Lifted there, but pretty safely.
Yeah, lowered safely, I think.
Oh. Drummond looking for the interception there.
Yeah. Miller did well not to give it to him on a plate. The unknown soldier.
Screams of offside from the Watsonians faithful. Boroughmuir holding a pretty good line. Bit of off the ball here.
Fido and Edmonds.
They're all friends.
All friends here. Ross Graham with a good carry. Miller kicking in behind again.
Tricky one.
Bounce. Yeah, another good kick from Miller.
Very good kick, just pinning them back.
He's varying up his game pretty well. Long kicks, little nice chip over in the middle, and then that nice grubber to touch. He's moving it around pretty well.
That wind's picking up even more.
If Boroughmuir could keep it to 10, and turn it around in the second half, get a bit more ball, a bit more territory. I'm relatively happy with that, I think.
Yeah, agreed, Ricky. I think if I was Watsons, I'd want to build up a bit more of a lead when you've got the wind advantage here. Whole second half, you could be pinned into your own 22, as Boroughmuir are now. A little bit of confusion. You've got Rory Drummond and Nalo as first and second receiver. Two really good options for Tom Wilson to have. But they make a mess of it.
Sweeney's on the charge just to throw in. It looks like Craig Borthwick's up. He's on crutches and he's not on the stretcher, which is a good sign.
Good to see. Watson's on the charge here.
Yeah, quick wrapping from Watson's here. Hodgson chopped down. Boroughmuir were over that quickly, but
Sweeney's need to be organised here. Have they got numbers?
They do, I think.
See how the hands go. Cutting back inside. Bit of dancing.
Roland did well there.
He did. He just stayed active, just enough to the forwards to get back
there
in position.
Yeah.
Nyalo as well, struggling in the backfield. He's already decided he's off, I think.
Could be a big loss for Boroughmuir, actually.
So Boroughmuir man down.
Watson still keeping it quite tight.
Yeah.
Boroughmuir roll over that. Surprised that didn't get penalised, actually. This is Fraser Rennick. A good clear out there from Watson's. Hodgson runs again.
Oh, he's gone for the crossfield.
Worth an attempt.
Beats them all.
I suppose that's a chance you take with a free ball.
Yep, definitely. It's not the smallest dead ball area, but still needs pinpoint accuracy.
We got Matt Walker, obviously was a tactical substitution. Looks like he's coming back on for Nialo.
It's a big loss for Boroughmuir. He was making some big carries.
Yeah, big loss carrying wise. Matt Walker, as I said, though, very strong on the floor.
Yeah.
Punches above his weight. Might need that when they're defending back here.
Yeah, absolutely. Miller deciding to go for the points. Boroughmuir penalised for offside.
Would you have gone for 3 there?
Yeah, probably would.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Very secure kicker, Miller. I think if you've got a chance of a 3 or potentially throwing away 7. Lee Miller to add on the 3.
Yeah, another good kick.
Straight through the
Well
middle.
played. Sonian's just gathering points, keep momentum going.
Right, 3rd time lucky for this kickoff.
Yeah. We hope I hope they change something.
Yeah.
Number 10, Lee Miller, takes the score to Watsonians 13, Boroughmuir 0.
13-0, 34 minutes played. Canny muddying up the ball before he kicks it.
Looks as if he's going to the same side.
Yeah, he's
He
gone
is.
short again. It's made 10, but
Murray Scott to Fraser Rennick.
it's a good carry.
Did really well. Slower ruck there, so Murray Scott kicks. Got Fido peering after it.
Oh, it's on the deck, that's where Fido wants it. We're both looking for the interception there.
Tom Wilson did really well there. Little slide on the deck. We've got another Watsonian down. This is obviously a very physical game. Tom Wilson marshalling a very messy ruck.
Yeah. Again, Boroughmuir switching it back to the blind side.
To the big rooster.
Yeah, he's been prominent since coming on, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's always good having a first receiver who was very strong for Watsons in that position. Got Jamie Stanley down, front row for Watsons.
Choosing the box.
Boroughmuir with a box kick.
Andrew Chalmers, Josh Rowland under it.
Yeah, well,
both of them make a
And
mess of
Boroughmuir
it.
got the ball.
Poor communication there, I think, between Rowland and Chalmers. Neither of them really committed to that.
Absolutely.
The fullback needs to dominate
It's a
that.
strong run from Jordan Edmonds there.
Yeah, agreed.
First
Nash.
time, well, second time he's really got his hands on the ball.
Very
This
flat line.
Physio could get run over here.
Yeah.
Another drop from Boroughmuir though. Great offload round the corner.
Yeah, Drummond
Just
in, one
Drummond.
Drummond in the 22 here.
Looking
On
for
an
the
offload.
Sonians will be delighted
Yeah.
with that. He should have held on to that, giving his forwards a chance to secure the ball and let the backs try and work some magic.
Murray Scott going to exit here. He
Yes,
does
but,
so. Canny says no.
So I think at this stage Sonians will be desperate just to try and get another score on the board before half time when they come out in the second half with a win against them.
Yeah,
Could be a completely different game.
Yeah.
certainly want 2 converted tries, in my opinion. Distance.
Yeah, I think Boroughmuir looked strong when they got the ball, but they're playing in their own 10-metre line. It's always tough. You've got to go 40 yards, so second half, put it a bit longer, get some territory out of it and get the ball in the hands again.
Definitely. Within striking distance of the line, you've got to be.
Pals wanting shout outs.
I know, it's not charity radio.
It's not a performing monkey. Roy Drummond picks it off of the deck.
Again down the blind side. They've obviously been studying Sonians and think
Yeah.
that's a weakness, but it's not really worked for them yet.
Keddy feeds
Again
Drummond.
onto Drummond.
Really looking hungry for the ball. I think that's Ross. No, it's not Ross Graham over it, but it was well contested.
Ball in behind.
2 in behinds. Kenny,
Oh, sniper.
The Marside sniper gets canny. Good footwork.
It was great footwork.
The Dutch 10's coming into more of a game for Boroughmuir. Looks like he's organising things pretty well.
Yeah, I think by the sounds of his, didn't have much of a run into the game, only getting announced on the day that he was going to be starting 10.
Oh,
Huge tackle there. Ball spills
Ball
out.
spills again, yeah.
Johnny Matthews does well to cover it. This is another good 5 or 6 phases from Boroughmuir.
Yeah, again, they are short on the blind side.
Oh, straight out to Drummond. My goodness.
Oh, well met.
Very well met from Andrew Chalmers. Drummond with the dummy pick. Really strong defence from Watsonians here.
But if you're not really going anywhere,
No.
they're kind of just going across the field.
Yeah, they're just not finding that break, are they? Going blind
Popped
and
out,
open.
Sorian's first to react.
Another spilled ball.
Still forwarding. Boroughmuir ball.
Yeah, they're not just getting much for their...
No rewards.
No, nothing at all.
Ross Graham absolutely halved by Canny.
So it's another hooker. We talk about it almost every week. Another hooker able to move to the back row. You see it with Fraser Brown for Scotland. Rambo did it.
Yeah, I think you're almost playing your hooker now as a third back row, aren't you?
Yeah.
They've got to be so good on the floor.
Yeah.
Johnny Matthews brings that a little bit from Boroughmuir, but definitely from Watson's, the two they've got. Pretty interchangeable.
It's quite funny. It's only been in the last sort of 10, 15 years that change has happened. If you go back to the 1980s, if you said to the hooker, "Oh, you'll be playing in the back row as well," you'd have been met with face of thunder.
I think a major change that happened when Ross Ford, he was a big back rower at age group level, and then made the move to hooker. I think around 21's time, and obviously went on to well over 100 caps for Scotland, and that worked.
Just proves it.
You know?
Yep. And it's still a very technical position, hooker. You've got to be strong in the scrum, good in the line out. Tom Wilson, Drummond picks.
8-9.
Bit of space here if he.
Oh, he could have
should
gone.
Given it.
Gosman's. Oh, another high tackle potentially.
No, he just wrapped the rod.
No, I think it was coming from a Boroughmuir supporter. And well dragged out into touch.
Dragged him out by his socks.
Oh, a bit after as well. Oh, it's kicking on.
Drummond not having it. Sorian's getting involved.
That's brilliant from Ross Graham.
Probably that was just a bit embarrassing getting dragged off the pitch.
Yeah. And
It's your typical modern rugby fight. Just pam each other about, push each other.
a little bit of shirt grabbing.
Yeah.
We confidently say from 50 metres away.
Yeah, I would have been standing watching that from way back there.
Referee talks his touch judge.
Fuck, it was handbags. Just get on with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was never a high tackle. That was a big cuddle.
To be fair, it is cold. Linesmen might just want to keep busy.
Yeah. Trying to
Linesman's just heard it's on Facebook Live and his wife's watching. And he said it'd be on TV today.
send them off.
Where are we going with this?
Words for the captains, I think. Surely nothing more.
Hodgson stepping up as captain
Yeah.
now.
With Borthwick off.
Yeah, get on with it. They're shouting from the stands. It's kicking off.
Ross Graham, obviously club mate with Rory Drummond for a long time.
Brian King's on.
Oh, okay, now.
Here he is.
Always misses the kickoff, but
I wonder what he does for the first half.
I don't know.
That's what we got. Thomas McCord on as well. High tower. T Winters.
Bruno. Good afternoon.
He's reversed the penalty, so ball back to Watson.
Take that. That means we won the fight.
You pushed the guy harder than he pushed you. Good win. That should be.
Drummond running up so he stands, gets a bit from the Sorian's bench.
Watson's probably just need to take this and put it into touch for half time, I think.
Yep. Clock is nearly run.
Folding laundry. Yeah, that's right, Kinger.
Jet Ski John tuning in from Copenhagen.
Great name. Matthews to Drummond. Runs it straight at the 10. In behind.
Oh,
Strong defence.
great hit. Did he
Straight up
release?
from DJ.
DJ this again.
Again,
Gets right under them.
Again, quite slow for Boroughmuir. They keep
Gonna have to pick that pace up.
stalling, yeah.
Yeah. Wilson goes right.
Good hands from Keddy there.
Yeah.
Again, look to move it. Just
Tatty of a pass. Edmonds.
there we go. Good leg drive.
Steal that ball. If Loman can get on that
He's up.
ball.
That's a tackle. He's on his knees.
Yeah. Lucky not to be penalised there.
Scrappy again.
McPherson.
Boroughmuir not got many numbers there. Sorian's trying to counter ruck.
Tackle from Hodgson on
Yeah, chopped him down there.
Cummins. Johnny Matthews runs at his opposite number.
A bit of space wide here.
Oh. Lack of communication. The 9 and 12. Kearney. Matthews.
Here we go.
Oh.
Gossman on the charge.
Great covering tackle there.
And stolen. Well stolen from Watsons.
So both teams looking to play. It's neither thinking of half time.
Yeah, agreed, Nashi.
But the ref will just
And
call
penalty,
it off.
Boroughmuir.
Decision time for Muir here.
I think with the wind, you got to go to the corner. So time almost run out.
Yeah,
Take your chance on the line out. Boroughmuir seem to be holding the ball for ages and just not going anywhere. Just
Absolutely.
can't find that break.
that's got to be a credit for Watson's defence, but you are going to need to have Jordan Edmonds, a game changer of some sort.
Another Saturday afternoon faithful. Gavin Callender tuning in, probably in the back of his fire engine.
Good man, Hellboy.
Afternoon, David Turnbull.
The speedster. Two's game has finished. A number of the boys have come over to watch. It's good to see. Okay, Johnny Matthews. They did go to the corner. Throws to the front.
Yeah, making a bit of ground with the driving ball.
Yeah, that's very
Keep it
strong
on.
ball. Watson's competing.
In from the side, I think. Advantage Boroughmuir.
Tom Wilson decides to try and run it himself.
Sonians just want to hold them out here, force the mistake.
Yeah.
Get into
Strong defence again.
Great defence.
Great double tackle.
If I was Boroughmuir, I'd be looking to kick that penalty, put it right back in the corner.
Yeah. The defence has been spectacular.
You'd think he'd go back for it now, I think.
I'm wondering if there is actually advantage here, Ricky.
Yeah, he's going back for it now. A long advantage that.
I take it back, Ricky. You're absolutely correct.
Should have been a referee.
Still time.
A couple of friends, Steve-O texted in and say, how do we get this on Facebook? Is it just click the link on the Facebook live page?
Yeah, just head to the Watson's page and it should be the top post. It's also on Twitter if you're unable to find it there. And on YouTube.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Surprised there's anybody here watching.
I know. There's some people in the clubhouse, certainly. There's Willie Hunter.
Willie, I did invite him up. He's going to have a chat with us at half time.
Oh, superb. Let me get that microphone all set up.
Probably should have told you that.
A little bit of insight. He was also at the lunch.
Yeah, that's half time now.
Half time now, so they head into the sheds 13-0 to Watsonians.
Yep, both sides relatively happy. I think Boroughmuir are happy they're not conceded more, but Watsons, they've been ahead so far, I think, in my book.
Every which way. Is that microphone anywhere? There it is. Just going to be joined by Willie Hunter here shortly, if I can get that microphone. There you are.
We're on.
I'm just going to get that camera.
Wilson
on you,
Hunter,
Willie.
how are you? How's the lunch?
The lunch was excellent, actually. It was good fun.
How was the speech though?
It was slightly impromptu, I think would be the best way of describing it. But Sean Lenine spoke very well.
What was
He
he
spoke
covering?
very well about the Super Six.
Okay.
All right. What was the opinion?
And yeah, I think he probably persuaded one or two people who are doubters that Super Six is actually not a bad idea.
Okay.
It was very good, very good.
I think a bit of a heated affair here. We're saying that Watsonians have taken their chances in the first half. Boroughmuir have a few too many knock-ons, a few too many unforced
I would
errors.
say Boroughmuir have had more of the territory, definitely. But as you say, I mean, the Watsonian try came out of absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
There was nothing on at all. But fantastic quick feet from a standoff. Who is called
Lee Miller. He was
Yeah.
brilliant, and Josh Rowland just sort of reacted to following it off the shoulder.
Yeah, I think I've always thought Josh Rowland's is a class player, and I think that's when you see the class come out. He knows where to be, and he was right in the right place at the right time. But yeah, I thought that was probably, in fairness to Boroughmuir, against the run of play.
Absolutely.
But probably a high percentage of the games been played between the two 22s.
Yeah.
There's not been many chances.
No. I think we were saying that Boroughmuir will be happy with the wind, going against the wind and only conceding 13 points. They might be happier coming out second half. And
I'm still trying to work out which way the wind is going, and to be honest, but I would say if Watsonians had been playing with the wind, then Boroughmuir would be very happy at Sertindale. There's no question the game is not over. There's a lot of points still up for grabs out there, and I think Boroughmuir are well in this.
yeah.
Absolutely. Looking ahead to the Super 6 campaigns and what Sean Lenine was maybe talking about at the lunch, are you quite excited by next season and what's going to happen to club rugby?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Sean spoke really well about how he thinks this will keep the talented young players in Scotland. Because you've got young guys coming through like Rufus McLean, Watsonians, who by all accounts is also qualified to play for England, and they're already on the case. And he's received a big offer by all accounts from a club down south. So Sean sees the Super 6 very much as one way of trying to keep these guys in Scotland and trying to keep them interested in the game. But as he said himself, it's not the finished article, it's by no means perfect, and people have to expect that things will change. I think he's probably hoping that in the next couple of years they'll bring another couple of clubs in and maybe then bring in somebody from the West Coast.
Yeah, I think the biggest positive for Boroughmuir must be being on the inside and looking out. At least you're in now as one of these Super 6 franchises. So
yeah, it's a work in progress. There's no question about it. And but as you say, he spoke really well, and I came away convinced that it was probably a better idea than when I went into the interview. He was a great guy to interview because I only asked him one question and he spoke for about 20 minutes.
That's what's going on right now.
It was a very good question.
But we saw at the return fixture at Megatland, Watsonians Boroughmuir earlier in the season. Darcy Ray was on the wing, and he's since gone on, got his cap. Yeah. He's pretty regular now for Edinburgh. Jamie Hodgson's back here today for Watsonians, and he's been kind of regular through the autumn tests with Edinburgh as well. So that's got to be what they're planning, to get these young players. But it's looking after the older, late 20s, early 30s who love playing for Watsonians. It's their club, but wherever they may be at Heriots, the other Super 6 clubs, it's looking after not just the people that want to go pro or make that step. It's making the whole environment in the club sector just as good as we've got it just now, and not sort of having a gap between the guys that want to go pro and it can commit to play all the time to the guys that work 9 to 5 and want to play just top rugby.
Yeah, I mean, that was one of the main points I think Sean made, is that in this whole Super 6 argument, the one group of people who have never really been asked about it and whose opinion has never really been listened to, the players. And you know, he said if you speak to the players, and he obviously does because he's involved in all the age groups throughout from 16s up to 19s, And he said, "Did you speak to the players? They want this. They are keen. They just want to play rugby, and they're not interested in the politics of it." And I forgot what your question was, to be honest, but it's a very good question anyway.
I was going on about, I think.
Yeah, you were. It's far too long.
So
a question. I've only got
back
a
to the
short
lunch. Back
one.
to the lunch. Sort of Donald McKill's over, I believe, from Noosa, Australia. Was there a few familiar faces?
There was a lot of familiar faces. I've been searching. My quest for an audience that hasn't heard me speak before took a bit of a nosedive, I have to say, today. But yeah, Donald's over. A lot of familiar faces. Not too many of the Boroughmuir boys, unfortunately, because I think there's a free lunch on at Boroughmuir today.
Yeah, that sounds like
You know what
Boroughmuir,
they're
yeah.
like with a free lunch at Boroughmuir.
Love it.
Yeah.
They're all tuning in on Facebook Live, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're up to 10,000 to almost 15,000 viewers, Willie.
Sorry,
15,000 viewers.
50,000 viewers.
Yeah,
Is that good?
Yeah, it's massive. It's
Willie.
global. We're going global.
Did they enjoy the video?
They did enjoy the video. They were all saying, "Who made the video?" No, they weren't. I'm just saying that to keep
Steve-O
people
made
happy.
it.
But no, it was very, very good.
You
I
featured
have
in
to
it.
say, I did feature in it, and my recollection of that try was I ran it in from about 50 metres out. But on reflection, now I've seen the video, it was just 1 metre. But I was at full pace when I touched it down.
Yeah.
Did you see the game that was circling Twitter and Facebook recently? It was Stuart Melville versus Watsonians. Back in the day, the Johnson brothers were playing, the Hastings brothers, but it was Chris Spence at fullback for Stu Mel that just carved up, and he was outstanding.
Yeah,
I know. I wasn't playing that day. There's a young guy called Gavin Hastings. I think he must have left school, which is why I must have been dropped. But yeah, I don't know why they thought he was better than me. I never understood that.
It's a strange one, really. Strange one. People still say that.
No, absolutely. You realise you guys are speaking very quietly because you've got headphones on, but I can't hear you.
You can't hear us?
No.
Oh.
I'm just making up answers.
You're getting it remarkably correct.
Yeah,
You're doing just fine.
It's all right. It's very good. Is there anybody actually listening to this?
Yeah, 50 right now.
50
people.
50.
Hello to all the 50 people out
50.
there. It's nice to speak to you. I'm really enjoying this. It's freezing.
It is freezing.
cold,
Cold.
We can see the rain
actually,
coming
and
down.
The rain
even
is
more.
absolutely lashing down. So this is not good. It's
No.
not good. I'm not confident of the second half, I have to say.
Who do you think's going?
When you see how much the rain is driving across, Boroughmuir are going to have a distinct advantage in the second half. So.
Standout players for you so far? Standout players?
It's difficult to say. I haven't seen. I like Fado's done very well at number 8, I think, it's not been a lot of individual performances. Watsonian defence has been very good, and it's had to be.
We're talking about Rory Drummond, who obviously played number 8 for Watsonians last year. He's come on for Boroughmuir. He's made lots of yards, started a fight. He's been quite an impact.
He'll be obviously desperate to make an impact, and he is an impact player. I thought Watsonian guys will probably know him well, and they will know that the chances of him actually passing the ball are remote. But he's a good guy to have in your team. I was surprised he wasn't starting. I don't know if there was a reason for that.
I think they seem to have the Edinburgh Pro Nyalo, the 6, the Fijian boy was playing. So I don't know, should they thought start him and bring him off the bench as an impact?
With the two of them in the back row, Boroughmuir could be very powerful in the second half, I think. But no, it's given the conditions, it's a good game, and it's certainly anybody's game at this stage. 13 points is nothing.
No.
We're going to try and get someone else up here, Willie, if that's all right.
Oh, okay.
You're done.
That's it, I'm done. That's good. Do you want me to keep talking whilst you're well, fill in the gap?
Oh,
do you want to sing a song?
I think we all need to jog on the spot here because it is freezing. We've got Mikey Allen in front of us here. Remember Mikey last season? Former Edinburgh Rugby class player, centre, had a strong season last year. He's got his
with family.
He's brought his wee girl. Oh, he's not wanting to speak. He's not wanting to speak. Camera shy.
And the teams are coming back out now.
Right,
Team led by Jamie Hodgson. Thank
nice
you, Willie.
To you guys.
Brilliant.
Cheers, Willie.
Cheers, Dave.
See you later. Steve-O. Steve-O. Sorry, we just need to get our cameraman back. People are more interested in the game than us, I think, Steve.
Yeah, viewership has dropped since they started looking at us, and now back down to 30 viewers.
Yes.
Thank God Nashi is here. Keep me right. We're now back on the game.
Some changes for Boroughmuir. Aubrey Incube is on, wearing 16. A strong carrier again.
Runner.
Yeah, another big ball player.
Going to have three.
Can't see any other changes at the moment.
Just going to reset that clock for the second half.
Stand looking at myself.
Got guys tuning in from Dubai and Leicester.
Welcome, welcome.
Welcome.
Kick-off for the second half.
Drummond with the clearance kick.
Interesting.
Not too bad.
Got to give, I think my kids are watching. Skylar, Hunter and Rocky. Hi guys.
Oh, awesome.
Hi guys.
Second half now, home soon.
Get the fire on.
Yeah. Here we go, let's see how the conditions affect both teams. Sonians are a pretty safe line out there, straight to the back.
This is the Edinburgh Pro now on for Watsonians at number 2. Now, speaking to Chris Hunter about that, it's Cammy Fenton. Why he's not going to start, you know, you'd thought if the club released him, they would also insist on him starting, but being a hooker, it's very hard to get straight back into the, you know, all the calls. Oh, mistake here.
It's also all very difficult for coaches just to drop players because pros come back. If there's teams that are winning, if there's positions in front rows, back rows that are sort of working in unison, to just change that.
I think definitely, and the other thing as well is the pros might have a set limit of game time. They'll be said, you know, we're releasing him for 30 minutes, 40 minutes.
Yeah. Ah, right, okay.
They might be carrying niggles and such from training, so it's difficult to try and push them in.
Yeah.
It's a strong clearance there.
I'll never forget, it was Neil Cochrane, it was a couple of seasons ago. I think, did he not get in the Heriots team for the end of the season cup run? So he got a cup winners medal and he won the league as well. He did the double coming in very late in the season. He still gets a bit of a ribbon for that.
Classic John Terry.
Yeah, absolutely. Knew what he was doing. Did our Neil Cochrane. Line out Boroughmuir ball. Bang on the halfway.
Lineouts have been good, both teams so far.
Yeah, agreed. Rory Drummond and Aubrey.
Yeah.
Just overran it a wee bit there though. So
we were talking about how good the defence was in the first half. I think it's going to have to be equally as good.
Yeah, normal service. Oh,
he's in touch there.
Right there.
Well done from Hutton.
Probably say it again. Bit disappointed in Boroughmuir. Just stick it behind Watsons. Use that wind. Put it down the pitch. They've been playing in that same area the whole game so far and retaining the ball, but then coughing up and let Watsons back in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Watsons' defence has been pretty strong so far.
The captain, Johnny Matthews, you know, this is where leadership really comes into it. Have a chat with your kickers and say, get us in the right positions.
This is Cammy Fenton.
Yeah, Cammy Fenton, the pro. Chris Hunter was saying how good his line-outs were. A well-defended maul from Boroughmuir there. No yards gained. Graham breaks off. Rory Drummond's on him.
Good carry.
Yeah, strong carry as always from him. So he's sitting back up in the.
Miller.
Winger stayed a bit wide here.
Ross Graham does well.
Boroughmuir got the ball back.
And it is knock on. They have possession. It's a mismatch out there. This is good from Boroughmuir.
Well covered across from Watsons.
Edmonds can't be tackled.
Always has that ability to pump the first guy off and just make a couple of yards.
Two people hanging off of him. Tom Wilson running sideways. Cammy Fenton with the tackle. This is good from Boroughmuir.
Yeah. Again, a bit sideways.
Yeah, there's not a lot of depth, and the numbers, they aren't getting back set up quick enough.
Yeah.
Drummond is on his own.
He's
and he's
knocked the ball on again.
Andrew Chalmers.
Ball here. Sorian's got 3 out wide.
Yeah.
Really quick ball there.
On the blind here.
It's a bit scrappy from both teams, isn't it?
Yeah. It could be. Penalty Watsons, I think.
Yeah.
Slow it down.
Yeah. It seems to be that play now where it goes from a 9 to a forward and they put it in behind.
Yeah, it's very common.
It can work, but I think sometimes it just stutters the back line. You don't get enough kind of depth coming onto it.
Especially if it's a forward that isn't that used to having the ball on his hands at a 10 or 12 position. You see it with the All Black.
Oh my
they
God.
pass the ball.
Yeah.
It's the bread and butter,
Yeah.
the front row and things like that. But here it's not always simple for a big second row just to pass that ball out, and it takes the sting out of the attack.
Completely agree, Nashi.
Yeah.
But the intent's there, which is exciting.
Well, I was going to say, you see it now filtering down to this level in terms of something you want to try, but
I actually think the coaches get the sort of initiative from Scottish Rugby at the start of the season. You know, this is what we want to try and work on. Because you do see it at all age groups now, and in pro teams. First receiver, who's normally a forward, has 2 options. He can just pop it to his left or go in behind. And as you said, Nash, it really needs to be someone who's confident in giving a
strong break here from Fenton.
Breaking off, big handoff, but he's completely on his own, so he's got to stay big. Got to get some Murray Scott, the first defender, first supporter.
Turned
there.
over, well done from the winger. Initially bumped, and he's got back and got over the breakdown to steal it.
Cammy Fenton was too fast for his own good there.
Yeah,
that was
no one was expecting it.
Yeah.
Is that Ben Renton, I think, that's coming on the wing?
Ross Graham gets pulled to his feet. Looks like he's nursing an injury.
This needs to come out. Oh,
bizarre box kick.
Chalmers underneath it.
Yeah, a lot of space.
Infield. Winger had to make that tackle. Lowman with his pace.
Oh my goodness.
Back to a Watson's line, a bit of a...
You're coming on. Oh, what Sorian's legend about to come on. Is it live?
Let me just check there. Testing. Can you hear that? Yeah. Here you are, sir.
Donald McGill, how are you?
Good, Al, yourself?
We're great. How was the lunch?
Oh, we had a fantastic lunch, courtesy of Kid & Co, who's
Kid
one of the sponsors.
Oh yes, well done. Has he told you to say that?
No.
We just had Willie Hunter up at half time, and he was saying that it's rare that he ever gets a room now where he doesn't know everyone in it. So all the stories of old.
all the stories were of old. They were fantastic, and him and Sean did a great job, I have to say. So well done, Sean Lanier and Willie Hunter.
Yeah. What are you thinking of the game this afternoon? A bit
stop-start. It's a wee bit stop-start, but I suppose under the conditions you would kind of expect that.
Yeah.
And you know, as the afternoon goes on, you know, the mistakes will come in because the fatigue will definitely set in on a heavy pitch like this.
And you're over here just now from Noosa. You're president Noosa Rugby Club over
Yeah,
Lodge?
president Noosa Rugby Club for my sins. Yeah, going into my 3rd year in that stint. So yeah, we've had a good run over there up in Queensland, and working with Australia Rugby and Queensland Rugby particularly. So yeah, that's been an interesting setup. Funnily enough, not unsimilar to our own setup here. Okay. In that region.
But the weather's a bit better.
The weather's a bit warmer.
Yeah. And we were missing your boy. He's over in where's he, Barbados just now? The Water Boys.
Yep. Charlie's with the Water Boys after Dubai last week with the Water Boys. They got they had a good run down there, as you know.
Yeah.
A couple of Water Boys teams in the final down there, and they've gone off to Barbados. So I haven't seen those results today, but their competition over the next few days, should be good.
Good. Well, Donald, we're going to crack on with the commentary, but thank you for coming up and saying hi.
No, great to see you guys, and well done. We log into this from Queensland and Australia, and as you know, there's a lot of Watsonian boys out in Australia, so thanks for your efforts and commentary.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.
Fun. Cheers.
Thank
All
you.
the best.
Cheers.
Thanks.
This is a star-studded show, Nashi. This is fantastic.
I knew he was in town. Donald is a bit of a legend of the Willie Hunter era and all those sorts of guys. So it's great to have him here. I think he's visiting his family for Christmas.
What position was he, Nashi? Do you know?
And actually, I would have thought he was in the back row because he's crazy.
Could be anywhere.
So what did we miss there? Boroughmuir on the attack.
Boroughmuir penalty, I think.
Yeah, I kind of zoned out there a little bit, but Canny on it.
Oh, went for the reception, but left the hole in the defence. Offload.
Another offload that didn't need to happen.
What's the ref seen?
He's going back for an earlier offside, but as you said, Ricky, it's just Boroughmuir seemed to panic in this in the red zone, as they say.
Can't really see what that penalty was for. It must have been early in the air, the line out, I think.
Yep.
Davy Blair logging in.
Yankees.
Former Watsonians. Played a bit of age group stuff with Davy back in the day. Who's that down, getting a bit of attention?
Can't actually see from here. I think it might be Ross Graham.
Puts a shift in Ross Graham every week.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Guys all need a cup of tea going on to keep them warm, let alone cold sponges. And
Got quite a funny story about cups of tea. There was an away game in Stirling, and Steve Laurie shouted at Chris Hunter that he wanted 30 cups of teas in the changing room for half time to warm the boys up, and Chris Julie went and got 30 cups of tea, and then at half time when all the boys came in, Steve Laurie looked at the cups of teas and said, "What the hell are they for?" Only one person drunk them, and that was Rory Hutton, who had 2 cups of tea and went running back out, which I think is one of the most bizarre stories. But back to the rugby. Really strong maul from
I'll tell you Watson, they're meeting it well though.
Cammy.
Spinning off now, Drummond. Yeah, try Boroughmuir.
yeah, if anyone was going to score, had the desire to score in that Boroughmuir team, it was going to be Rory. With fair play.
Absolutely agree,
He
Nashi.
broke off there. He wanted that. Is that going to inspire the team? And as we said, and Willie Hunter touched on, just playing with the wind this half, it's a different game.
Yeah, it's certainly been a stronger start this half.
You're not going to stop Rory Drummond from 10 metres out, ball in hand.
Not unless you offer him a chance to go play 7 somewhere, I think.
And then he'll really be away.
Parker with the kicking duties from here.
Just inside the 22, right hand side. Run up started. Drills it.
Strikes it low and he's pushed it left.
Pushed it left indeed.
I think again something that Boroughmuir have been searching for, I think, since Laidlaw got injured at the start of this year, is just a recognised 10 and a recognised goal kicker. I think that's something they've been playing around with Canny and Parker and one of the other backs trying out. So I think they found Parker in the last couple of weeks as a reliable kicker, but just slightly left on that one.
Yeah, and that could be a very crucial 2 points, Ricky.
Restart taken by Drummond, he's all over it today.
Yeah.
Strong contender for man of the match, in my opinion. He's really dragging Boroughmuir.
Back into the game.
Yeah, indeed. Loman McPherson underneath it. Really interesting prospect for.
I'd like to see him move the ball a bit though. He does hold on to it.
Yeah, agreed, Nashi.
Sometimes just passing it back in, giving it to a runner, and then he can find the space off the 10 in the next phase. Is where we want to see his pace, not running into the backs and forwards. Swinging's Hutton on the ball.
Yeah.
Roland.
Well defended across from Muir.
Swinging's got enough numbers there. Murray Scott back of the ruck.
Bit of space for Miller there.
Yeah. Miller's a hard boy. He's heads and knees and all sorts this season. He just seems to sort of just brush them off and keep going. So it's a good clear out, great pick up from the 10.
DJ Ennis.
Oh, sorry, DJ.
Oh, DJ, yeah, he just picks off his toes, off his shoelaces.
Boroughmuir a little bit short on this. Near side to the stand.
Yeah, they've noticed that as well.
Cammy Fenton, he'll be looking for the big handoff like last time. He's held on though. Miller there clearing out.
Oh, another knock on.
A rare mistake.
I think again Watson's going to fall in that same trap as Boroughmuir, is just trying to play a bit too much and eventually coughing up the pill.
Is that someone having a dig at me, or does someone live in Nashville?
What are the chances? Got a fan, Nashville.
CW Young, Nashville. Decent turnout, would I say?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think so. It's delighted 120 people at lunch.
Biggest of the
That's
year.
good numbers, yeah.
And what was this lunch on at Boroughmuir, Ricky?
Oh, I have no idea. I think Willie was just pulling her legs.
Ian Fox is getting stripped off. Versatile 10. Stan Buchan down there helping out. He also featured in this archive footage, having a little bit of a scrap as well. That one to back down is Stan Buchan.
Stan, you won't like me saying this. Stan and a few of us, we were all in Hong Kong a few years ago for the 10s and 7s, and on the first night he was trying to get back to his hotel, tried to hurdle the centre sort of reservation and end up in hospital. It's a classic.
End of tour.
No, it certainly wasn't. No, he battered on, but it was a cracking first night.
Could be a penalty, Watsonians here.
Roy Drummond at 10 on the blind side, you just know he just wants to run.
Penalty, Muir. Seems to be getting the benefit of the referee at the moment.
They're all asking the ref. Stevie Laurie shouting about discipline from Watsonians. We need to work on that.
Yeah.
Boroughmuir have definitely sort of turned things here. They're on the ascendants.
Yeah, I think they're benefiting by Parker's boot as well. He seems to be putting this a long way. As he said that, I totally mocked him, and he's now.
The commentator's cursed.
Commentator's
We've
cursed,
done it.
yeah.
We've
Great.
done it. Yeah, good Loman. Follow the pass, get the offload, find the offload. Good running.
Watson's with huge numbers out here.
That's the one where they wanted the ball behind.
Yeah.
But it just wasn't.
You can see they've got these waves of
Yeah.
front rows and second rows up front.
Set up well.
Yeah, Boroughmuir slowed it down a bit.
Oh, Bolton needed it.
Ball at nobody in between. Unfortunate there, they seem to have numbers.
They did.
Another injury for Muir. Quite see who's down.
CW Young played in the club in '95.
Oh, fantastic.
Could be Ross Dunbar that's down, I think, potentially. Front row for Boroughmuir.
Murray Scott off.
It's Tom Wilson off as well. So, Muzza Johnson that's on. With a live wire scrum half.
Murray Scott, I think, should be happy with his efforts today. Played well, good boxes. All over the place. Is that 20? Is that Ewan Fox?
Yeah.
Come on, scrum half.
Big Dale Robertson on, 17 for Boroughmuir as well. Must be replacing the injured. I think it's Ross Dunbar. Some players got some hands for a forward.
Forget the players, we could use some cups of tea up here. Oh. Wrist or shoulder he's holding.
Yeah, something arm-wise coming off. Good young player, him. What's it? It might be Ryan Montgomery actually. Coming off another young player.
So not quite centre field, but Boroughmuir still split the backs.
Yeah.
Obviously they are enjoying the blind side.
Definitely, they seem to have put the majority of their numbers on this near side and this narrow side. We're looking to go Drummond to Johnson going right. And he's away already, great pickup.
Straight through.
Some carry.
Miller does well to take him down. Boroughmuir looking energised here.
Yeah, they're growing into a game.
Canny. Edmonds unselfishly passes.
Again, that Watson's line set up pretty well.
Really well. It's interesting.
Very organised defence.
Didn't commit anyone to the ruck in that situation. Oh, Drummond.
Another knock on.
There you go.
Sonians can move it, they're on.
Just start mentioning people by name. That was Dale Robertson.
Hodgson with a drive up to midfield. So he's working hard just to get this back.
Rory Drummond with the WWE tackle.
A DDT.
Advantage to Watsons.
Yeah.
I think Watsonians have done well there. Turnover over the halfway line. Boroughmuir.
Yep.
They just need to hold on to it, string the phases together. They are getting results.
If anything, Boroughmuir look a little bit at the side of the two sides, a bit slow. Come back on that. Knock on the defence.
Finn Hobbs coming on here.
Is that Finn going to go in the back row, or will they put Cammy Fenton in the back row? Is that Ross Graham
actually, no, that is Greg Jackson coming off.
Of course, so Finn covering prop.
Yeah, and then Finn's into the front row. Person in behind.
Set move there from Sonians, probably the first one of the game.
Yeah, actually it is. It's worked well before that move. Ewan Fox.
Oof.
That was a big
Huge
hit.
tackle from Albury.
So there was much technique in that, just
No.
Pure strength. I don't know how Hutton held that. Does well.
Another ball on the floor again.
Tackle was complete. Ross Graham picks and goes. Couple of yards made.
Bit messy in there. Boroughmuir doing well to slow it down.
Ian Fox to Hutton. Yes, Fido outside him. Ross Graham tackled well back head.
Sonians looking at a reset, I think. You hear Stevie Laurie shouting it on.
Yeah.
Jimmy Hodgson at 10. Inside.
Oh.
Ball. Bit slow, bit lacklustre.
Yeah.
Could be a turnover here. No, he's off his feet.
Finn Hobbs into contact. Oofed.
Great
Tackle. Yeah.
Double tackle there by Boroughmuir on the pro. Fenton. Whoa.
Out the back.
Yeah, nice width on this.
They've got numbers though, Boroughmuir. I think they should be fine.
Yeah. Hutton tries his best to create a bit of space for McPherson.
They're hanging on to it well, Watson's. A lot of phases.
Yeah, this is where Boroughmuir would perhaps panic and try something extraordinary. That should be a turnover, I think. He gave it absolutely every second.
So Boroughmuir will be happy with that. They turned that over. That's a great defensive set.
Absolutely. Rory Drummond might not have been the person that stole it, but he certainly set it up. Edmonds running.
Jeez.
Oh my goodness. Strong runner. The tackle was complete.
And up he went, trying to keep going. Sorian's quite lucky there. They sort of caught there. Drummond, obviously, whoever stole the ball, Drummond did the right thing. He secured, pushed through the middle, and it gave Edmonds the opportunity. See Craig Borthwick still on crutches. Obviously, we hope that's not too bad. Whatever the injury is there.
Yeah, absolutely an issue.
So I'm looking at the next fixtures. That'll be a great one on the 15th for Watson down to Hoyk. Just what you want.
Yeah. No one's guarantee it'll be horizontal rain.
Boroughmuir must have Aki's at home, I think it must be.
Aki's having a tough season.
Oh,
Yeah.
They played really well when they were here earlier in the season, and a couple of big standout back rowers.
Yeah, the two brothers.
The two brothers, yeah, who have just been capped for Poland, and the Sadaks.
That's it.
They played really well, but they don't seem to be getting any results.
It's such a big jump, that Division 1 up to the Premiership. It's did it for Boroughmuir when it was quite lucky because we kept the same team that went down that came back up.
Right.
I can't imagine if you're just trying to come up now, especially with the formation Super 6. All the 6 club teams have recruited pretty heavily.
Yeah.
It's a big jump, big ask.
And from what I've seen of the Aki's games, they're not playing particularly badly. They're just being outplayed at every single opportunity. It's
probably size and depth probably in the squad.
Cut inside there, the two men.
That's another
coming
strong
round.
hit from Kenny. Looks like he's taking a bit of a knock.
Jack Stanley there with a good carry.
So he's he's got enough now.
Oh, Bray Mukube with a big tackle.
Oh,
And another
coming at
handling
pace.
error.
Yeah.
Lucky.
Boroughmuir delighted with that.
Yeah, Hutton tried to take it on at pace and spilt it. Craig Borthwick's trying to move, but stuck. I'd be going to hospital if I was you, Craig, because that's obviously a sore one.
Again, just midfield, isn't it? It's just pretty static. Neither team making breaks. It's just not that kind of game.
Hopefully see something open up in the last kind of 10-15 minutes of the game. Just a try from Muir maybe to make it a bit more open.
Yeah, no thanks. No thanks for that. Quite a lot happening these days at Megaland. There's a CrossFit club and good gyms.
Yeah, over the last couple of years, and obviously with the council taking on the kind of management of some of the pitches, you've got the kind of I don't know what they call it, but the hockey pitch that's the water based. You know, they've got a lot of teams there. They've got almost a community now with lots of different sports teams on the back of the Commonwealth Games. So it's a busy place. Obviously, the gym, as you said, is going well both as a gym and as one of these CrossFit centres.
There's a name for that, the CrossFit rooms, is it not?
Indoctrination, is that what it's called? No, no, it's busy, and I think it's great for the being so busy all the time, regardless if the rugby's on or not. So
yeah, it's good.
I think the next thing is obviously for this, if it's Super 6 franchise or if it's continues to this, but seeing Boroughmuir kind of getting back up the league. The last couple of years been kind of around about mid to low table.
Talk about Boroughmuir, Watsonians just put in 2 huge hits, so it's a big defence going on out there.
Yeah, again, Boroughmuir playing in that same area that we've been watching the whole game. Another run from Drummond, that's brilliant.
Oh, he had his eye on the defender there.
Gonna sound like a broken record, but I just put it in the corner, put it down in the field, just make Watson's play.
Play the conditions.
I think within all this and all that play in that area, you're asking your forwards to do a hell of a lot of work, going from ruck to ruck to ruck and carrying.
Yeah, putting a lot of emphasis on the carries as well.
Not the best when you're chasing a game, you want them to be firing.
Lots of instructions coming on here for both teams.
Last 10 minutes.
See if either team can sort of break this up, as you were saying, Dave.
13-5 into the last 10 minutes. Watsons with a narrow lead. Fox.
I'm going down there.
Brilliant ball.
Boroughmuir front row collapsing. Lee Miller clears the stand with his kick.
Should make Brian King watching it in the car.
Hopefully a passenger.
No chance. Yeah, Muir got a try, Kinger. They got a try and no conversion though, so currently 13-5 to Watsonians.
Yeah, Rory Drummond, ex-Watsonian.
Scored a good try, yeah.
Yeah, just found himself in a bit of space. It's a good pass from Miller.
Again, Boroughmuir caught a little bit narrow there.
Chalmers does well to straighten up, which is what I think you were commenting on earlier, Ricky, is that almost all the Boroughmuir players just seem to drift, whereas Chalmers there did exactly what you need, straightened it up.
Yeah, I think what Watson's maybe have got is that pivot 10. Miller's just standing there and kind of directing traffic a bit more, allowing guys to hit that straighter line.
Tackler's not released there. So he's managed to hold on to it. Not much on this side if he could stay in field though.
Somehow
nice second touch.
Getting excited.
Dale Robertson trying to get the game going quickly. Odd for a prop.
Yeah.
Again, we're back in that same area. Just
Well, I'm laughing there, but that's what the game needs. It needs a bit of spark. It needs
intensity,
someone just to pick it up a bit.
Yeah, absolutely, Nashi. Line out Boroughmuir, taken well by Will Ingles.
well, splintered off there. Johnny Matthews at the other side.
Tackle.
Again, one met. That's the idea.
They're finally listening to you. Josh Rowland takes it well. Huge big pass to Loman McPherson.
Get some support with them.
Cammy fented.
Tackle by Keddy in the middle there.
Yeah, really good tackle. Ewan Fox just is right.
Great pass.
Yeah, really
Watsonians
flat.
running flat, running hard. The Boroughmuir defence is up there.
Good line
Great
from
angle.
Innes.
Yeah, deep shape.
Looked after by Miller.
Again, Aubrey just throwing himself into that tackle. Another penalty. Robertson again. I think maybe just trying to do a bit too much coming on.
Hey. Jamie Hodgson clearing house, just getting his own players back on the side there. None of that at this stage, boys. Like that.
Yeah. Still quite young, Hodgson.
Yeah, young lad.
Pretty good for such a young guy taking so much ownership of that team.
Just changed the battery there on the camera. Absolute consummate professional.
And we're back. We're back. You didn't miss nothing.
Ross Graham down, getting some more treatment. Last 5 minutes here, Myers side, crucial.
Yeah, something needs to happen. It's been a bit lackluster, I think, the second half after that try.
Very defence heavy from both teams. One of my talking points here, Dave, is the 2015 Cup win.
I thought you were never going to mention it.
Got 2 Cup winners here actually. Nash 2008.
Six, a long time ago.
And Ricky with more recent 2015. Was it a good Cup run, Ricky?
It was, yeah. A year where we were struggling in the Premiership as well, so got a
Funny
good
how
cup
that
run.
happens.
Yeah, it was good though. We had a really strong squad in that for that cup run, and benefited from a couple of pros that had played all season with us. So Simon Bergen, who's now playing in Scotland, a great player and a great lad, and Carl Bodezen, who South African 10 from Edinburgh, who again never got many games for Edinburgh, but started for us all year. So, and Magnus Bradbury as well.
Wow. Is that right?
So a pretty strong team.
Who did you beat in the final?
We beat Hoyk in the final, and Darcy Graham was playing, as was who else was playing?
Boroughmuir on the attack.
Hunt was playing, in fact, actually. Yeah.
For Hoyk.
Well, yeah.
Hoyk, yeah.
So big win.
Boroughmuir looking up for it.
Yeah, the tails are up here. They're need to get
again, just kick forward, go forward.
Keddy.
Oh, a bit loose at the back.
Johnny Matthews has to do a job here. Tackled well by Finn Hobbs.
It's turned over.
Knock on Boroughmuir. As you mentioned, Ricky, it's just those.
Well, just that all started on the far touchline, and from one movement of hands, you finish in the 5 metre line. It's a bit sideways.
Yeah. You can't rely on just Rory Drummond to carry you forward.
No.
Rory Hunting down at the moment. Took a bit of a.
You heard me talking about that cup final. I think that's what it is. Just still hurting. No, I think you're right. I think Boroughmuir seem to rely on Drummond to be their main carrier up. And
it's easy for a team to defend that. You know, you want to have, and I think Watson's do it quite well in the back line, 3 different options.
Well, you've got to make a guess. I mean, they look pretty steady in their defence every time. They're very well organised. But if you just keep doing the same things, it'll give them more and more confidence in what they're doing.
Absolutely.
So just to change it off, there's Craig Eddy coming off there. Trying to see who's gone on.
Talk about discipline in defence, but the Watsonians seem to have the discipline to get their defence in place and everything in order. So whatever Boroughmuir are throwing at them, they're whether it be blindside, chip over, they're well organised.
They are.
Ewan Fox feeds. Referee
Reset this one, I think.
yes, didn't like the scrum. Still Watson's ball.
Boroughmuir up against it. You're going to need 2 scores here.
In the last 5. Ewan Fox scrum stays this time. DJ Innes.
Just going to run the hard yards.
Still going, remarkably. Foxy out to the left.
Watsonians will just want clean ball here, just hold on to it. Boroughmuir will be doing everything to just force a turnover, create a mistake.
Rory Drummond.
Hobbling about.
Slugs.
Bit of a bash there.
Just want to exploit it here.
We've got numbers if they use it. Always turning back in at the moment.
Yeah.
Turnover, is it?
It is indeed.
Strong Boroughmuir. Just what they
ball.
wanted. I think they're going to score off this play.
Harry Fisher.
Drummond's still down.
They'll need him here.
Can't really see what his injury was, but it's lower back, it looks like.
Don't think got any other replacements left, so
Yeah.
you need them.
Ross Graham comes off. And it is Harry Fisher who comes on. 19 on his back. Really strong flanker.
So Boroughmuir are all loaded on the right hand side of the scrum.
Including the line-side wingers to come round.
Inside wingers looking, I think.
Canny is at 10. Drummond.
Yeah, 8-9. Doing very deep.
They really are trying everything here.
Yeah. And quite narrow in attack on this side. Oh, Drummond
Rory
flinging it.
And
Johnny Matthews.
Matthews,
does
good
well.
carry.
Really good carry.
great bump. Drummond at 10 again. He's
He's
passing
been
them.
very prominent to come on.
So
Yeah. One,
Oh my goodness.
4 or 5 different lines there, I think. And you see the slight difference from Watson's, where Miller's kind of standing up in that first receiver position every phase. He's ready, he's dictating play. Where a lot of times Boroughmuir are 9 to a forward or 9 to the ground. Or
Seems to be someone different every time.
And that move has absolutely typified that, Ricky.
and probably as a net on effect, now you're slowing it down. You're one-off passes.
Johnny Matthews trying to break the gain line.
Oh,
So well held.
just gathered it.
Attacking himself.
A wee bit of space there. Rory Drummond at 10 here, so he'll look for the hard yards.
Again, if you look at where they started this movement from, that scrum in the midfield, they've gone backwards after.
Hodgson and DJ Innes combining for a double tackle. Penalty advantage for Boroughmuir.
We're throwing it on the ground here, taking it.
Canny in.
Just going to keep throwing it.
Carbon copy. Oh dear.
And they're going back for the penalty now. Bit of a scrap on the floor in the middle.
Yeah, it's kicking off a wee bit.
Jack Stanley.
Boroughmuir need to show a bit more urgency here, I think, chasing the game.
Watsonians probably quite happy with that.
Yeah.
They'll just run the clock down,
Again, the defence has been strong. They've pushed them all the way back again.
force Boroughmuir to do something, and then Watsonians will be hoping for the mistake.
Big kick.
Yeah, decent
Making
nudge.
sure. Got to be into the last couple of minutes now.
Boroughmuir now just chasing that losing bonus point.
Yes.
Watsonians probably compete with this. Just try and create the error.
Boroughmuir line out. goes to the front.
Wide pass to Drummond, in behind. Law kind of managed to make a bit of ground here.
Watsonians hold him up. A bit isolated. Counter up from Watsonians.
Probably going to hold on here.
Well.
Yeah, done well in defence there, Watson.
Raised by Boroughmuir,
Yeah.
good on them.
He's on the wrong side, surely.
Yeah, I think you're right, Ricky. Aubrey and McCubate. Carry. Boroughmuir still in possession, Johnny Matthews. Let's watch Boroughmuir marshal it across.
Watsonians staying strong in
Yeah.
defence. The line set up well.
It's your same carriers for Boroughmuir again. Matthews and Drummond are the ones that are.
Yeah, agreed. And behind.
Could be dangerous here if you move it.
Great break.
Strong from Parker.
Impressive tackle from
Good wrestle.
Yeah.
Stanley there.
Drummond
Drummond
picks up
again.
out of nowhere.
Two Rory Drummonds on the pitch.
Are they going to do enough? Are they going to get there?
And they're moving it.
There's space out
Right,
there.
numbers here if they can use it.
Good tackle wide.
Big tackle by Logan McPherson there.
Man down for Boroughmuir centre field. Drummond what's he after a field kick. Corner, a physio.
He has seen it. Decides against it.
Strong defence.
Really strong defence.
A good carry from Dale Robertson. Again, Watson sliding on that pass in behind again.
Yeah,
Got everything covered.
no way through for Boroughmuir. Canny decides to go himself.
Yeah. Scrappy.
Oh,
Oh,
he's
we
knocked on, is he?
Has he?
Advantage for Boroughmuir as well.
For what?
A knock on.
From Watsons.
Again, going backwards.
Not held, so he gets up.
So he's slightly standing off now. I think they thought they were going to
Oh,
get a knock on.
quick hands might do it if they run it right.
They have done. No way through. Superb defence from Watsons here.
Johnson was sniped.
Aubrey chopped down. Dale Robertson. Oh, Fido.
Yeah, creeping, just got to stay behind that back foot.
I think that's better from Boroughmuir going around the fringes. Seem to make a bit more distance.
Yeah, agreed. It's just too little too late, unfortunately.
Drummond again with a strong carry.
There's a knock on.
Gets him to advantage out again. Jordan Edmonds having a run.
He's doing Rory Hutton.
Across the field looking for options.
A dinky little run.
Drummond again.
Huge.
The snipes are right through the middle.
They're within a metre now. Rory Drummond.
Oh, Scrappy at the back.
Knocked it on, has he?
On.
That's the game.
Brilliant.
So what defence from Watson's at the end.
They
Very
held
well
out.
organised.
A little too late for Boroughmuir if they'd done that in the first half, a bit more around the edges.
Yeah.
Had a bit more success, but 13-5 is the result.
Absolutely.
The Watsonians.
Boroughmuir definitely came here with some good momentum, but they
Just
were matched.
yeah, just run out of ideas slightly.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for attending. One for the
Well, I think we'll wrap up here. I don't think we have anyone coming to speak to us. We had lots of people to chat to us. throughout the game. So,
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, cheers, everyone. Steve. Thank you very much.
Catch you next time.
Ricky and Nashi, and that is us. Thank you all.
Cheers.